Today's video is going to be about squaring the arm to the fence. It's a very touchy job. Little tiny adjustments make a big deal. All right. Now the way that is accomplished, the way this adjustment is accomplished, is there are two. You need two Allen wrenches, one small and one big. That looks like about a quarter, and that looks like something smaller than an eighth, but I didn't check them. So in order to make the adjustment on this arm, to swing this arm around one way or the other to where it ends up square with the table, there's an Allen screw here, Allen set screw right here that needs to be, it's right in there for the small one, and that needs to be loosened. And up underneath the arm, lower arm, there are three Allen head screws that fit this big Allen head wrench. Right? There's one in the middle and one on each side. The one in the middle does the arm square to the table. The one on each side adjusts the 45. All right? The 45-degree cut this way and this way. Yeah. It is a simple adjustment, but it's a very tedious adjustment. And you have to make very, very tiny adjustments several times. I think I did about 6 different times that I had to cut this board. I'll show you that in a minute. This is the 5-cut method of checking for square. Now, if after you've made your final cut, the arm needs to swing that way to the left, you have to turn this nut that's underneath this red knob at the top. You have to turn this right if you want to go left with the arm, left if you want to go right with the arm. But when I'm telling you, when you put that wrench on there, it's a 1/2-inch wrench, if you move it a little tiny bit, you've moved it a lot. So these are very, very fine adjustments. Now here's how you make your 5-cut check to make sure that your saw is cutting square. Make sure you have a straight edge on one edge, and now you put the straight edge against the fence. You're going to make 4 cuts, and then you're going to make the last one. Okay. 1. Put the freshly cut edge against the fence. Cut 2. Freshly cut edge against the fence. Cut 3. Freshly cut edge against the fence again. You'll make cut 5. I'm sorry, cut 4. That was just cut 4. Now you turn it one more time, put it on your last cut fresh edge, and you make one last cut. And this time you're not going to take just a sliver off, you're going to take about a 1/4 inch off. Return the saw to the home position. Turn off the motor. Use the brake if you've got one. Flip this piece up. Mark it so that you don't get this end confused with this end down here. All right, that's important. Yeah, I did that several times, and you just have to get to start over. Now you mark this end, and that is 199 thousandths. And this end is 105 thousandths. Well, I'm sorry. 205,000. So it's 7 thousandths difference from this end to this end. Now what that tells you is that you divide this by 4 because you got 4 cuts. So that means you're off by less than 2 thousandths in square. All right. Now 2000s, I had a piece of paper out here, but a piece of paper is about 3/1000ths of an inch. All right, that's about about that much. It's not very much. In fact, when you put the square on it, the amount that it's off is imperceptible in the square. Slide this against here. I mean, you cannot see a difference. Spin it around again. Absolutely no difference. I mean, obviously there's a 2/1000 difference, but that's not much. Spin it around again. I mean, it rubs here. All right. And that rubs. So if you can get it closer than 8/1000ths cumulative air, go for it. But if you can get it within, if you can be satisfied with about 8/1000ths, that's 2/1000ths off. If you can get it down to 4, I mean, you are just sweet. But you can spend a lot of time chasing 0 on one of these machines, and what happens is you try to make the finest adjustment with the wrench that you possibly can. Well, I put the wrench away, but you make the finest adjustment you can right here with the wrench, and you shoot by and go the other direction, and you are off by 10 to the right. Now you're off by 10 to the left. Well, now the next time you give it just a little tiny little movement, and you can work this down to where you can get within cumulative 4 times around. You can get it down to within about 4/1000ths with some patience and redoing this thing a number of times. And so it's pretty simple. This Allen wrench up here, you loosen this big Allen nut in the middle, Allen bolt in the middle. You loosen it. What do I do with my hammer? You take a hammer, you find that with your fingers, and you give that a pretty good wrap, because it's going to be stuck in there. It's a cone, and it's going to be stuck, and you won't be able to turn this nut until you unfreeze this. Now, the only way you can turn that nut is to loosen the head, because it's going to move the head. So this Allen screw has to be loose. This one has to be loose. You make your adjustment. As soon as you make your adjustment, tighten this back up. Then retighten your 2 Allen screws, this one and this one. Then you'll be golden. It won't be moving around on you between adjustments. Always put a mark on the end here that you cut off, so you don't forget which end is the thicker and which is, so you don't forget which direction you have to move the arm. All right. Again, it's opposite. Move left, turn right. Move right. I'm sorry. Move left, turn right. Move right, turn left with the nut. So you turn the nut left to go right. Turn the nut right to go left. Tiny amounts, trust me. Well, thank you. I hope this video was of some value to at least those who own DeWalt saws. I'm sorry, Delta saws. This is a Delta Super 990, but I have a 900 that adjusts the same, and there's quite a number of these saws that adjust in the same way. And a DeWalt adjusts a little bit different, but those are tiny little adjustments you make on those too. You can't, a tiny little adjustment moves this arm a bunch. So I hope this is valuable information to you, and enjoy your radial arm saw. Thank you.